Okay guys, so whenever the head's done being made, it's hardened and polished up and whatever else, it's pretty good practice to go ahead and use a burr or even a sanding drum or something to just round off the bottom side on the inside, the bottom edges of the eye. So that way it won't splinter the wood, could cause cracking that will just follow the grain of the wood. And obviously you won't want your handle to be splintering and cracking apart after use. First thing to do is just tap that a little bit. Instead of continuing just to drive that in, pretty common practice is to hold the hammer in your hand. And now that that's stuck in there, the head's not going to fall off. And then just drive it from the top here. Just go ahead and drive this and spin it in different ways so that it's driven in evenly. Just hit the end of this handle here. Alrighty guys, so here it is. Really snug on here, and it would be relatively hard to get it off, even if you use it for hammering. But the wedge is very necessary. And if your eye is drifted in the right way, or casted, if it's a cast steel hammer, whatever that you're handling, the cross section of the eye should be like an hourglass. So it should be wider up the top and wider at the bottom, and then slightly narrower about halfway up the hammer. So about here it should be narrower inside the eye and wider at the top and bottom. You should be able to see that with your eyes if you look into the eye of the hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a little bit of a diagram, I guess, to show you guys that better. So basically, this is your hammer handle. So basically, your hammer handle, if you're looking at it like this, will be like one in this way, solid piece, in a way. So then the thicker section of your hammer handle is for this out purposefully designed. And even then, it should be relatively hard to get it out any further than you want it to. Can't go that way. So, and then hopefully that helps a little bit. Will be locked in whenever the wedge is put in, because this empty space here inside of the eye, which you can see here on both sides, will be filled up with the wood, and that way it will replicate basically the bottom side here and lock it in so it can't go upwards. And that way it can't go down or up, and then it can't go side to side or anything like that. Alrighty, so we're ready to put the wedge in, and this is the wooden wedge. I also put steel wedges in mine. I like to put either wood glue or super glue on. I prefer super glue because it dries faster and it holds just as well for this. Alrighty, and for the metal wedge, if you have a flat one like this one has steps on it, and most of them do, so that way they won't come out as easily. If you have a flat one like this though, it's good to put it in the direction that the wood needs spread the most. So if you have like a little bit of a gap in the diagonal direction, then put it diagonally, like so. If your eye's like this, see I have a little bit of a gap right up in here where it needs spread out more. So I put it like this and spread the wood out and fill that in and make it tight. And then that'll serve me best, because I wouldn't put it in the other direction where it's already tight, because that just wouldn't make too much sense. So I'll go ahead here, tightly wedged in there. So now I'll sit down, and I've actually found that I like to use a little brush and then put my boiled linseed oil on instead of wiping it on with a cloth. Because cloths can leave little fuzzies all over the place that I don't like. Now I'll just do the top of the eye right now. Top of the handle, it's in the eye anyways. And it's not going anywhere. So now I'll go ahead and oil this the rest of the way and show you guys. So here's the finished hammer. A 3-pound rounding hammer with a 14-inch hickory handle. Hopefully you guys like this one. This is my 101st hammer. And I still don't have a video actually forging one, I don't think. Maybe my first hammer forging video was still out there, forging my first hammer, but I'm not sure. I don't remember if I deleted that one or not. But there it is. Wooden wedge and steel wedge in there. It is hardened and tempered, by the way. So, number 101. Hopefully you guys liked this video and actually got something from it. So thanks for watching. Bye.